Deborah.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, madam.
Yes, how was your morning?
Good afternoon, madam.
How was your
Good
morning?
afternoon. Very
Okay,
cold.
okay. Can you mute your microphone, please? Mary Cheptum, can you mute? Deborah, can you mute? Okay, today we are going to learn about a unit known as preserve, organization, records or archives. And the session title is Introduction to Conservation and Preservation of Information Materials. Then, our today's session outcome is we should be able to give the meaning of the term preservation and conservation. Secondly, you as a student will be able to discuss the purpose of conservation and preservation of information materials in an archive or an information center. Then lastly, we are going to discuss, you as a student or a learner, you should be able to explain the importance of conservation and preservation of information materials. We will start by defining the following terms or the terms used in conservation and preservation. Do you see my slides?
Yes, we can see them.
Or do you see?
Yes.
So we will start by defining conservation. What is conservation? Can anyone help me define the word conservation? From the word conserve. Yes, Deborah?
Conservation.
Yes, conservation?
Conservation. It is a way of prolonging the life of a document.
Good. It is a way of prolonging the lifespans of information materials.
Prolonging the life of the document.
Yes, prolonging the lifespans of the information materials or any documents in an archive. Who else can try? Yes, we can say it is conservation. It is an activity done to information material so that the information material will last for long. It is done in the information materials in which damage has not been observed. For example, let's say a newly acquired materials, for example a book, you can cover it using polythene paper so that that materials cannot be damaged or cannot be teared in any mean. So let's go to preservation. Preservation is to preserve the document. It is interrelated activities designed to prolong the usable life of information materials. Okay? Then we look at restoration. Restoration is techniques of treating the materials in which damage has taken place already. Then we are going for the second objective, which is reasons for conservation of information materials or the purpose. 1. You can conserve information materials for legal value. Some materials carry important legal documents. They can be advanced in a court of law as an evidence. That is like ID or identification card. Also, it's an example of it is title deed. Second, you can conserve information materials for fiscal value or financial value. Some documents are expensive, so you have to preserve it for future use. Then let us look at advantages of conservation and preservation of information materials. 1. It enhances constant availability of information material. You can conserve information materials so that it can be used or it can be constantly available for future use. It increases the lifespans of information materials. That means you can use it years and years, or it can be used by generation and generation. It also enhances retrieval of information materials. That means it makes the information materials to be available anytime, any minutes you want, you can retrieve it. Also, it saves the history of the documents for future research. If you conserve the information material, or if you preserve it well, you can use it for historically, or the researchers can use it for future research. Let's look at challenges faced in conservation and preservation of information materials. What are the challenges? 1 is inadequate fund. Second, we have lack of qualified personnel. If unqualified personnel conserve information or preserve the information, maybe he or she didn't know the process of making it or conserving it. We also have inadequate resources. If you don't have enough resources to conserve the information materials, then probably the information materials will be deterioration. We have time consuming. Are you still there? Okay. So, what have we learned today?
Yes.
What do we learn today? What have we learned?
Conservation and preservation of information materials.
Good. What do we say
Important
about conservation?
We've learned.
Yes, Nancy? Nancy?
Conservation,
Yes.
it is activities carried out in information centers with the intention of prolonging the lifespan of documents.
Yes, we say that. Yes, good. We say it's prolong the lifespan of the information materials. What else have we learned?
Restoration,
Yes, what did we say about restoration?
it is bringing back of information materials.
Yes, it is a technique of treating the information materials in which damage has taken place. Septun, are you there?
Yes.
What else have we learned? We learned about reasons for conservation of information materials. What are the reasons for conservation?
It is used as evidence.
Yes, it is used as
Yes.
evidence. That is legal value. You can use it as evidence. What else?
It is used for. It's also used.
Yes, it is used for financial evidence or purpose. What else do we learn? We learned about advantages of conservation and preservation. What is? Do you hear me? We say preservation, advantage of preservation, it enhances constant availability of the materials. Our assignments today, you can go and research more about challenges faced in conservation and preservation of information materials. You can send me answers through email. I know your class rep have my email number. You can send it through my email. Thank you, class. Have a nice day. Enjoy yourself.